All right, you guys, so I was actually going to take the day off because I got to go do some stuff and I had another video already ready to go, but Call of Duty announced this whole new slate of stuff going on with the beta. We're going to be getting a look at some multiplayer maps, Zodiac, and we're going to be looking at, most importantly, a campaign mission. This is really cool because we've already broken down 2 campaign teasers, but Infinity Ward is specifically showcasing a mission called Entrenched. And it is going to show us the war going on in Korea as we play with the Marines that are there. Some of them include Wes, Dunn, Park, and Jay. And I think the reason they chose this is because it's not going to be necessarily lore heavy. It's not going to tell us a lot of what's going on with like Prize, Valeria, and all that stuff. It's actually going to be about feeling this really big, massive war. And the teaser that we got for Entrenched gives us that specifically. It reminds me of like the older, OG Modern Warfare games where we had these big wars going on. And a lot of conversation has been made around returning to the big war in Modern Warfare, and we hadn't really seen that until this teaser here.
Go! Moving on bunker 1! You're good. Let's go.
Tier 1 be advised, man.
Follow me. Hurry!
And so let's take a look at Entrenched a little bit more. We move away from Captain Price and Valeria and all that conflict in Makarov. That's not the focus of this specific teaser. We actually go back to the Korean Peninsula and we get to experience what the Marines are going through. Now, I don't know when Entrenched takes place. I was wondering if it maybe took place in the early part of the campaign or then maybe later in the campaign. I think we saw a little bit of it in the reveal trailer as well. I'm not exactly sure, but we know that it starts during the daytime and then eventually it goes all the way until it gets to nighttime. So maybe this mission takes place somewhere in the middle, potentially a little bit later in the campaign. That's kind of what my head is telling me, but the teaser doesn't give us enough to really understand maybe when it takes place. It doesn't have much dialogue. But what I do find interesting is that the battle is heavily underway, and it seems like maybe the Marines are pushing a little bit harder into enemy territory, and eventually we move away from the literal trenches that we see in the game, and we go into this building. It's like you start outside fighting in the trenches, you go into this building, and then you go to the roof of the building, and then you try to escape. That's kind of the sequence for the teaser that we saw. But what I really liked about being inside in this kind of image here that you're seeing on the screen is that it really reminded me of a mission that we did in Call of Duty Ghosts. It was, I think, like the second or third mission of the game, and it looks so fucking beautiful with the red kind of hitting you. It gives you almost like a scary feeling, and I really like that Infinity Ward is taking the time to make these missions feel different. And that's kind of what we're picking up from the first teaser to Traffic and to now this one. There are 3 different teasers for the campaign, and they're all very different. They all take place in completely different areas. They all involve different types of war, and it's really cool because the first teaser was more of like, let's react to this attack that just happened, and we're trying to fight and defend civilians and move around and get to a position where we can defend ourselves. Traffic was more Prize on the hunt, going after this archer and doing fucking crazy shit in Paris. And then this one is more of the Marines on the attack, pushing for an objective. So we're getting to see a lot more of that. I think it's really interesting because Modern Warfare 2019 dealt with more small covert operations, kind of contained war, right? Modern Warfare 2 went into kind of bigger stuff with international terrorism and dealing with the cartel, but it was never massive until like the very final mission or when we were trying to get Graves out of Mexican Special Forces base. And then Modern Warfare 3 was, I don't know what Modern Warfare 3 was. We had open combat missions and nothing really felt good except for like the very first mission, and that was it. So Modern Warfare 4 now is actually dealing with big war again, and it looks like it. I mean, it's really cool how every single maybe Modern Warfare in this reboot does feel different, and the war does feel different. It doesn't feel necessarily rehashed. So I'm really interested in that. But to be honest with you guys, there's not much else I can say regarding this teaser in particular, as it didn't have a lot of dialogue and stuff to go off of, but it is very exciting to look at. Another thing that I saw is that the roof, when we're kind of running away trying to escape, getting onto a potential helicopter, the stuff that you're seeing here on the screen also reminded me of another Call of Duty Ghost mission where we're on the oil rig rig trying to leave it after we blow it up. I mean, I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if my mind just went to that, but that's exactly what I remember. So if you love Ghost, man, I think we're getting a little bit of inspiration from Call of Duty Ghost here, and we're bringing it to Modern Warfare 4, which obviously it's fucking fantastic. Ghost and its campaign is one of the greatest of all time when it comes to Call of Duty. So I like seeing those very small Easter eggs or very small references, unless they didn't do it intentionally and then I'm just kind of making it up. But that's basically it, guys. I don't know. You let me know what else you saw in Entrenched or anything like that, maybe that I might have missed. I do think that us playing it in the beta is really good. It's really interesting because we're going to get to feel this big war. And I don't know. I hope that there's a little bit of dialogue when we actually play it in the beta to kind of understand better what's going on, maybe where it takes place in the campaign and things like that. So I'm going to probably replay Entrenched over and over again during the beta just to see if I can get anything else. I'm going to take my time in some of them. So it's really cool. I'm glad that they're incorporating at least one campaign mission during the beta because it makes it feel like they're actually maybe caring for the campaign player, listening to the campaign player and being like, okay, we're not just going to say, hey, fuck them. Because when you do the beta, they just give us multiplayer maps and that's fucking it. Because it feels like always the campaign player just sits in the back and waits their fucking turn. But if you're now giving us one mission at least for us to play and experience, that's really fucking cool. So again, you guys, this is it. This was the Entrenched deep dive or the Entrenched, mission breakdown, whatever you want to call it. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next one.